Hey, it's Naomi Lynn, and it's Friday, which means it's another Firefighter Friday. Now we're here with Dean Yauger. You are the Assistant Chief of the Boonville Fire Department, correct?
Correct.
Now, how long have you been a firefighter?
Since 1989.
1989.
28 years.
Have you been at Boonville the whole time?
The entire time.
What first made you want to get into firefighting?
Firefighting is in our family. My father was a firefighter, my brother was a firefighter, and I think every kid grows up wanting to be a firefighter.
Right.
And then of course when it's added into the family, it
makes it easier.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Right. Yeah. Now you said you are a paid firefighter. It's a full-time career for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me the differences between being a volunteer firefighter and being full-time paid firefighter?
Absolutely. The difference is that I get a paycheck.
Is that it?
That's it. We still have to do the same training. Obviously with my job, I spend a little bit more time there.
Right.
You know, around the clock, basically, but that's it. We get paid. We still wear the same gear, drive the same trucks, fight the same fire. Essentially, that is the only difference, is you get a paycheck. I think there's a different image because you're in a uniform, and not necessarily on the volunteer side do you wear a uniform every day.
Right. Okay.
So, because you could be coaching Little League or whatever the case may be. So I think those are the two things. You wear a uniform and you're getting a paycheck.
Okay. Kind of a weird question for you. Do you think that it's disrespectful or considered wrong if a volunteer firefighter calls firefighting their job?
Not at all. To become a firefighter now is very difficult. We have physical fitness requirements now that we have to do in the Firefighter 1 program. We're talking upwards of 180 hours of training. Wow. Which typically is nights and weekends because they're volunteers, so we can't do it during the week.
Right.
You know, or during the day. So it is a job. And not only that, but it also comes with the hazards of a job. You know, so they're volunteers. There's plenty of us in the state. You know, 100,000 probably.
Wow.
Close to. I know we're one of the largest in the country as far as volunteers go. And that in itself saves the taxpayers a lot of money. But yeah, it's a job.
So you've had a lot of years as a firefighter. Out of all those years, can you find a memorable moment, something that sticks out that you'll never forget, whether it was something amazing that happened, a funny story, or anything like that?
Yeah. Not a day goes by that something doesn't happen, whether it's someone's tragedy,
right,
or firehouse pranks.
Oh.
So yeah.
So pranks do happen.
No.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I think that the most memorable for me, I mean, there's been a lot, right?
Yeah.
Promoted up through the ranks and etc. But becoming involved on the legislative side of things with the different things that are going on, cancer movement right now is pretty heavy, and I think the most important day for me out of all of them would be, I think the day my son joined the department. I really would. I think that stands out the most. I don't want to take away from all the other things because
but there is so many. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, to have him come along behind me, and he's never said, I want to be just like you, Dad, but just his presence kind of speaks that. So,
yeah.
I'm pretty proud of my kids. They've been very good kids growing up, and so to have him want to do that, and that was something he wanted to do on his own.
That's awesome.
I didn't pressure him to do that. His mother didn't do it, so.
It was just what he decided. It's the family is doing this. I want to do it too, which is really cool.
I'm a part-time employee for the state as a state fire instructor, and so I've established a lot of relationships over the years doing that, and some personal friends of mine have become affected by this disease, and So the reason that we become diagnosed in this profession is because of the carcinogens and things that we breathe in daily from whatever it is that's burning, right? Curtains or upholstery or rugs or whatever it is.
Right.
The problem becomes, over the years, we've all been, you know, a firefighter's a hero, a firefighter's a tough guy. And so when you come home and you smell like smoke and you got black soot all over you and, you know, basically your war marks, and everybody's like, oh wow, you know, and now it's like, oh wow, that same guy has now got cancer because he brought it home. Whether his gear was in the back seat of the car, and now his kids who sat in that same back seat in their car seat are absorbing that because we're learning through research our gear's off-gassing for up to 24 hours after we take it off. So all those carcinogens are just filling up the car, and so it's things like that that have become important. We have to prevent. We have to take steps ourselves to prevent that, and so joining up with some local folks, some names you might recall: Brian McQueen, Brian Palmer, 271 Foundation.
Yeah.
I think you're familiar with that. So Brian put together this tremendous program, being a cancer survivor. And so his message is a little bit stronger, if you will.
Yeah.
But he can't reach out to everybody.
Yeah.
And so what I've done is borrowed some things from Brian as far as his presentation goes, put it together, and I kind of take care of things in the North Country.
Right.
And just bounce around firehouse to firehouse and just have a discussion, put some slides up, and that's it.
Try to, you know,
just raise their
stop
awareness.
this. Yeah, raise awareness about it.
I'd like to use this in my classes too. If we'd have had this conversation 5 years ago, I could not tell you any one of my friends, associates, comrades that have been diagnosed with occupational cancer. But today I can tell you that 47 of my friends.
Wow.
In 5 years.
That's
so
crazy.
that's huge. And so the cancer movement has to be. We have to raise that awareness, and you know, I'm doing my small part. That's it.
But that's an important part. Well, Dean, for all that you do as a firefighter and advocating for cancer awareness with firefighters, which is such a huge deal, for everything that you do, we are so proud to recognize you and feature you for this week's Firefighter Friday.
Thank you very much.